There's never not gonna be a time where I forget my tea. It's just always gonna happen, isn't it? Hello everybody and welcome back to the dig site. I made a YouTube post asking you guys if you wanted to watch another reaction video. And it seems that majority of that vote said yes. Your wish is my command, so without wasting any more time, let's get into it. Alright, first video, let's go.
Do you believe there ever was dinosaurs?
No.
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 Even though there's fossils found?
There's not fossils found.
See, this is what happens when you're a kid in school waiting for the teacher to start or just not listening to the teacher whatsoever. You've got a Sharpie on your desk, you know, oh, I have a good idea. I'm going to either sniff the Sharpie or I'm going to doodle all over my face. And guess what? That's the result. Right off the bat, we're going into Crazyville. This is going to go swell. So you mean to tell me that not a single fossil has been found, even though I myself, as well as my dad, have found close to probably hundreds of fossils by now, especially in season 4.
The things they've told you are dinosaurs as an evolutionary thing, again, it's just another. If you go into any of these
Dinosaur museums.
they're resin.
Okay, here's the thing though. It's not resin, it's actually plaster of Paris. I explained the whole thing that sometimes either fossils are too heavy to be properly displayed to the public in museums, so they resort to making plaster of Paris casts of those fossils. So he gets half points for that one.
And they tell you that the bones are too fragile, they keep them in the vault, and they've created a resin structure, so you never get to see the bones. And you
only see the skeleton, you don't see the flesh anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
What flesh? I don't think you're supposed to see flesh on any dinosaur fossil. I don't think that would be very well preserved.
The giant human thing throws a massive spanner in the works of the evolution nonsense. Yeah?
One of those, huh? The giant human thing. Another person who believes that giants once existed, but dinosaurs could not.
So
what makes you believe that so much as giant humans?
Because there's evidence of people with. I've seen a giant skull in the Natural History Museum.
What? Okay, so I just searched up if any giant human skulls have been displayed in the Natural History Museum or whatever. I didn't find any results that they were displaying such a thing. Either it would have been satire or he just made this up on the spot. And by the looks of it, I'm gonna say his brain is so fried from inhaling Sharpies as a kid that up here no longer works. So I don't quite understand what he's going on about there. How can you say that giants existed and that there's hard proof of them existing when there's not? But when it comes to dinosaurs, which we do have hard evidence of them existing, you look at it and be like, nope, they don't exist, there's no proof. Well, that was certainly interesting. And now that we have covered one of 4, 5, 6. One of either 5 or 6, I am now going to do what everybody has probably been waiting for if you've seen my other videos, and that is... Welcome back, class. Today we are going to be opening our chapter books and going to chapter 7, I believe. Bob, put the Sharpie down! Excuse me. We're going to be opening up our chapter books and going to chapter 6, where we will be reviewing once again how podcasts and dinosaurs do not mix. As I stated last week, we will be having a unit test on this specific lesson. It'll be about 50 questions, 25 multiple choice, 25 short answers. And just remember, if you don't write your name on top of your paper, it is going in the trash, and you're not going to be able to redo it. So sit back, relax, open your notebooks, because today is going to be another painful one. Okay, next video.
They needed a cover story. So instead of admitting that dragons, giants, or hybrid creatures once walked the earth, they gave us a new fairy tale and big dumb lizards.
I really do want to know what goes on inside these people's heads, because I don't quite understand why anybody would be hiding the truth about giants or dragons or hybrids. I really don't understand what anybody would gain from keeping giants or dragons a secret from the public. Uno momento.
Follow me?
Yeah, I am. Why are you standing at the door? Just
Follow me.
Do you want to know what he was doing? This is what he was doing. Oh, I heard somebody talking outside. Who might that be?
Follow me?
I'm actually gonna just put him over here. I was gonna wait till filming ended and then put him back, except then I realized that leaving him just there would probably raise a bunch of questions, so if you don't... Okay, fine, Bob.
Big dumb lizards. No intelligence, no cities, no culture.
I'm sorry, do you see goats making cities? That is probably by far the worst arguments I've ever heard. They didn't make cities, there was no civilization. I mean, clearly they were fake, right? He mentioned big dumb lizards. Now, yes, he isn't saying this off of like an intelligence standpoint. No, of course not. That would be too much brain power. What's funny about what he said, though, is that before we imagined dinosaurs as quick, agile, intelligent animals, we originally thought them to be big, slow, really stupid, dumb lizards that they eventually just went extinct. So even though he didn't mean it that way, it is fun to realize how far paleontology has come as a science. Because, like all science, it evolves.
And a meteor strike. Convenient, right? A made-up past to hide a very real one.
A made-up past to hide a very real one. Again, what is the point of keeping the truth of giants from the public?
Why lie about dinosaurs?
That is what I'm asking. Please explain it to me.
Because if you can control the past, you control the present. Dinosaurs help push the theory of evolution.
In what specific and crucial way would making up dinosaurs give somebody? Just for the sake of it, let's say dinosaurs didn't exist. In what way would that allow you to control anything? Except for the fact that you've just brainwashed a bunch of people. Like, it's not gonna gain you any advantage in, like, the government hierarchy or I don't know, like control of nuclear missiles.
The giants, the real power structures. Why does every ancient culture mention dragons, but not one ever mentions dinosaurs?
I said it before, I'll say it again. Back then, when people accidentally stumbled across dinosaur fossils, their underdeveloped brains saw that and went, "Oh, giant mystical beast." Again, dragons originated from the discovery of dinosaur fossils. Now that our second video is done, I think it's time we got a well-deserved break. Tea. Oh, crap. Nothing like having tea prepared.
Dinosaurs might still be alive, fam. Cause look.
Whoa, no. Whoa. Don't think for a second, Mr. Podcast Man, that I don't remember you from our last session. And if I remember correctly from our last session, he was trying to peddle the conspiracy theory that dinosaurs were dragons and that dinosaurs never existed. Although now, all of a sudden, you're preaching about the fact that dinosaurs could still be alive. And I see that he's got another friend with him again. Let's just hope this guy has actually got a brain and not just making caveman sounds.
And it had wings. Oh, that's what. And it had wings. Because you know how the Loch Ness Monster and all of these claims of like huge sea creatures in the water, the Kraken, whatever, right?
Okay, the Loch Ness Monster, I understand. Nessie looks like a plesiosaur. The Kraken is a squid, not a dinosaur. You know, ever since I was young, I've always heard of the legend, the Loch Ness Monster. And of course, I've heard all those people saying, maybe it's a plesiosaur, you know, a marine reptile that survived the end extinction. However, if it was a plesiosaur that somehow miraculously escaped the mass extinction event, how did it end up in a landlocked lake? Now, yes, I do understand that 66 million years ago, the sea level was drastically different. And so yes, the argument could be made that, oh, well, when it it got extinct and, you know, it was living in this one area and then the sea level went down and it got trapped. Although that put aside, you're willing to believe that one singular plesiosaur managed to survive 66 million years alone. Is this thing immortal or something?
And it's not too hard to believe that in the depths of the ocean, there could be these dinosaurs that survive long enough, but don't even live close to the surface. They just live in the deepest depths of the ocean. Yeah.
How do you expect the T-Rex to get to the bottom of the Mariana Trench? What are you talking about? Living at the deepest parts of our ocean? Not only would that, one, be impossible because they drown, and two, any marine reptile like Moses, although again, he said dinosaur, although I probably, and there's pictures of dinosaurs, there's a T-Rex, Triceratops, some sort of sauropod in the background, and a Pteranodon, of course AI generated, because, you know, why not? Although I do understand that he means marine reptile, not dinosaur, because he's one of those people who don't quite understand that mosasaurs are not dinosaurs, they are marine reptiles. But even still, it's the same with the argument of the megalodon living at the bottom of the ocean. No marine reptile like mosasaurs or plesiosaurs could swim down into the bottom of the ocean and survive. Not only would the pressure be so incredibly deep that they would probably explode on impact, but there's also no food source down there to keep them alive.
Yeah. I also had a theory. Well, I had a drug theory with my friend.
Yeah.
Because
a drunk theory. Well, that gives me all the information I need to know.
you know how wormholes, how you can travel through wormholes? What if dinosaurs, there's like certain wormholes in the earth?
In the water.
Or no, literally just in the earth, in the water, whatever.
He was really excited to jump onto that train. In the water! He's like, but the water too, right? The water?
In the forest, where old reptiles that we think are extinct come out, and that's why we find them. Like maybe that guy running behind the Google car came out of a wormhole by mistake. You feel me?
Well, you know Godzilla, right?
Okay. I need a second to just process all that information. The old reptiles went into the wormhole, right? And then they come out, and that's how we find them. If they were coming out of wormholes, one, people would probably notice these wormholes, and two, we would then find a bunch of dinosaurs coming out of wormholes. Also, what's with the guy running behind the Google car? What is that all about?
Yeah, Godzilla.
Godzilla was like that. It was like from the center of the earth. Yeah. Oh, even King Kong.
Yeah. Why is it always coming from like the earth?
From the bottom, from the inner earth.
Oh, that's what they're talking about. The MonsterVerse movies with King Kong and Godzilla. I actually quite like those movies. It doesn't have the greatest of storylines. However, you're not going to watch those specific movies with the intent of, oh, this is going to be an amazing story. You just kind of want to see a giant monkey beat a giant lizard. Well, that was pretty painful to watch for the fourth time. Episode 1 of Season 4, Exploring the Badlands, will be coming out soon. Probably the next video I upload. So let me know if you're excited for that down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to leave a like as well as subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to turn on the notifications so you don't miss any more of my videos. I hope you enjoyed, and I also hope you have an amazing rest of your day.